Hey there, Taurus. Welcome to your reading for mid-May 2024. We're going to jump right in here. You have this step out of your comfort zone, and you have this card that says a new start is coming. I'm laughing because every single fixed sign gets this, like a card, either this card or a card like it in these mid-monthly readings so far. So, definitely time for fixed signs to, have new beginnings, to start something new. By the way, I'm doing this before the May 7th new moon. So even though you're going to be watching this after that time, this could definitely signify like a new beginning for you. And, that could be what's going on here with this reading. And you have the Ace of Pentacles as well, which is definitely a new beginning. The Fool is taking a leap of faith towards a new beginning. The Two of Wands is about leaving a comfort zone. Damn, Taurus, this looks very, very good for you. So I think that there's like good stuff just coming up for you here. You could be, and again, there is a lot of energy in your sign this month. So, it does make sense to me that things could, maybe it seems like the universe is on your side more, or that you're finding more success. And again, what I will say is what I have noticed is that, again, I've done Scorpio and also Leo already, and they both had really good readings. So, it could just be a really good fixed sign month this month. But you start off with the Fool, the King of Cups, and the Ace of Pentacles. And your first row is going to represent your current general energies. So I feel like you're ready for like fresh, vibrant, new beginnings. I kind of feel like for the rest of the month, it's kind of like, let me put it this way here, Taurus. I think that the rest of this month is like a preview for you of what's to come. It's almost like you are you're getting like previews on things that you'll be doing in the future. That's really the vibe that I get here from this reading. So if you're like launching, maybe like you're not like launching a big project right now, but maybe you're doing something that's like similar to a big project that you're about to start, or maybe you're doing something that is like similar to what, like how your role in the world is going to change. Like the Fool is kind of like your role in the world, because he's about to go through the major arcana. He's working his way to the world, which is like where the achievement is, but he has to go through all the major arcana. But for whatever reason, intuitively, I'm just getting more like this is a preview. There you go. Seems exciting. I like it. You have the King of Cups here. I feel like you should tap into your emotional state, like how you feel about things. He is sitting in the very deep ocean. And again, the whole point is that he is very tapped in with his emotions. This could be a person, but again, just like your last reading, I'm pretty sure that your last reading was all about you. I also feel that this reading is more kind of like all about you. I don't really feel it's not really telling me about a person necessarily. There could be people here. As I always say, love is always available to us. So just because love doesn't show up in a reading doesn't mean you won't have it. But, I really just feel that this is one of the energies that you are going to be embracing, is like really trusting your emotional state. Like if something feels good, you're probably going to move towards it. If something doesn't feel right, then you're not. And, again, I think if we are in touch with our emotions and we do that, we really can't go wrong, right? So that's what I see here. You have the Ace of Pentacles, and the Ace of Pentacles is like a big opportunity. Again, it seems to be a lot of aces in these readings as well, and you have two so far going this way, which would be a big victory, going through the Sun to the Ace of Swords. But what I would say is that there's just like a lot of new, fresh energy, I think, in the world, and so people could be more excited by big new opportunities or things that they want to accomplish. Again, it's almost like you're starting a new journey as well with that Fool card, which again, that would make a lot of sense. With the Fool, you have the Four of Cups. This is probably something that you've tried to do in the past that you are going to be revisiting. I don't think it's like the same thing, right? But, again, he's been disappointed like 3 other times, but he has another opportunity poking out of the clouds here. And this last opportunity might be a good one for him. He just needs to try it. But I kind of feel that if you are starting something new, because you have this card that says a new start is coming, and you start with the Fool, and you have 2 aces, right? To me, it looks like something new. Then what I would say is I think that this fresh start or new start is going to be really good for you, whether you're kind of revisiting a project and kind of redoing it in a different way, or, whatever. That's what this looks like to me. With the King of Cups, you have the Seven of Pentacles. This is like analysis paralysis. I would be careful of that if I were you. Again, there's a lot of Taurus energy this month. And, I would be careful in getting caught in the like over analyzing energy of the moment. He is like, it's a good card. Personally, I like the Seven of Pentacles, but he might be spending too much time like looking at what has already grown instead of like focusing on what he could be doing. And I just get like a little bit of that energy in your reading, where it's like the one thing that could slow you down is, over analyzing things that have already happened or things that you've already done. So I would keep pushing forward here. With the Ace of Pentacles, are you kidding? You have the Fool. This is definitely something you are going to want to take a leap of faith on. So whatever this big opportunity is going to be big for you. I think it's going to lead to happiness, clearly, and enjoyment and good things and victories. And, maybe your role is changing. I really say that because the Magician is showing up at the end. The Magician can kind of represent this reinvention, or it can represent us reinventing ourselves. But it doesn't necessarily mean that you're like completely changing your life. It just means it could just be that your role is changing, or like how you present yourself is changing, or something like that. You have this Dolphin card. It says this and that are true. This is why we shouldn't assume things in our head when we analyze things with the Seven of Pentacles, is because, it's like sometimes I think we, go through a breakup and we think, oh, this person did this or did that or whatever, right? So like, that could be a breakup. Or in business situations, we could think like, oh, this business is going to go this way or it's going to go that way. It's like both things are true. But really, the card itself is saying you need to, number one, focus on what you want, and number two, get the facts, right? You have this Ant Spirit. It says time for collaboration. Big fan of collaboration right now. So anything you can do to work together with other people is going to be very, very lucrative for you. You have the Two of Wands. Two of Wands is about leaving a comfort zone. He is standing at the top of his castle, and the story of the Two of Wands is that, the castle is his comfort zone. He has his village right here as well, which is also his comfort zone. And maybe he has spent too much time here. The story of him is that he kind of rushed to a finish line. He didn't really enjoy the process, and now he thinks there's nothing more for him to accomplish. But if he were to look at his hand, he would see that he has the whole world in his hands. And there's something about the world here. We said it at the beginning. And you have the Fool to the world, basically. So there's like some sort of accomplishment that is in your hands. But, there might be some moves that you need to make, like reinventing yourself, being flexible, staying open to changes, right? And being willing to also reinvent yourself, right? I think that would be helpful. You have the Sun as your center card, which I love. Again, when I do these 9-card spreads, the center card is the most important card in the spread. The sun kind of says, like, especially in the center, it really says that the sun is shining on you. Maybe things could go a little bit, things are going better for you. It doesn't say things are perfect, but it does say that maybe you just feel there's a little bit more wind in your sails. You feel like there are things that are pushing you forward or just a little bit more. And I feel like that's going to be just amazing for you. You have the Moon, and again, the Moon is about not seeing things clearly. So I feel for it. I don't really, if this is love, by the way, I don't really like the Sun and the Moon together for love. To me, this represents two people who are kind of, at odds with each other, or who are just totally opposite. So again, if you are dealing with a situation, actually the outcome looks pretty good, right? Ace of Swords, Magician, and the Queen of Wands. So again, if you, I don't know, it's popping to mind, like if you're with a partner right now and things aren't going like as well as you want them to be, that there could be some changes that if you make them could really improve the relationship. So I always think it's much better to work with a person, as long as the other person is also willing to do the work. Obviously, if they're not, leave. But there are just too many people in this world that are willing to do the work. So what I would say here is that, again, I do feel like some of you could be correcting a relationship situation. I also feel that this could just be some doubts. So I think it's time for you to kind of release your doubts or release your fears in all areas of your life. With the Two of Wands, you have the Two of Cups. You have a little bit of love here, like I said. There could be a person. There could also be a person who is, it's like night and day, The Two of Cups, those two people are meant to look different. They are two totally different people. So you might be attracting a person who is different than your usual type. We'll have to see what comes up here. With the Sun, you have the Six of Cups. Again, this is kind of confirming for me that you are kind of doing something. It's like you're doing something you've already done, but maybe just in a different way. We kind of talked about this at the beginning of the reading. I also do feel that, again, if you're attracting a person who's different than your usual type, this could actually work. Maybe it's not an issue, but I was picking up intuitively that for those of you that are in something already, if you're having issues, that with a little bit of work, you could probably fix it. With the Moon, you have the Hierophant, which is you. So you show up with this moon card. Maybe you're not sure about the future. This could be a situation as well where someone, it's kind of like one of the, it's kind of making me laugh because I feel for some of you, if you're like meeting a new person, I would say like this summer, right? It's like you could meet a person who is like very confident about the direction. Like maybe they meet you and they just know, but maybe you don't. Like maybe you're not sure right away. So, that could be interesting. I'm not saying you have to like commit to this person or anything like that, but I am saying that, again, you could meet a person who's maybe just a little bit more enthusiastic about the connection than you are. I don't think it's not like you don't like this person, but it's like maybe you're not sure about what you want your future to look like. Maybe you're not sure if you want to get married. Maybe you're not sure if you want to, be in a commitment with a person, or maybe you're not sure if you want something traditional with the Hierophant. Maybe you're just like, I don't know where I want this to go. And this person, maybe they're coming off as like a little bit more like pushy, or maybe they wanted more of a commitment than you do. I don't really see this being like a huge issue. Like I said, I think the Magician is literally saying that with some changes, things could work out fine, or maybe just communication with that Ace of Swords could really kind of turn this into something that's really, really great. But definitely something to think about, right? With the Two of the in the area of the good stuff, you have this Two of the Sea card and this Clean It Up card. A lot of cleaning up in your vibe, I would say. There's like a lot of rearranging, a lot of shuffling energy. There's a lot of, I just see a lot of movement over the next couple years for you here, Taurus. That doesn't mean that you have to move, although that could be part of it. But I do feel that there are going to be these like, I don't want to say tower moments, but, I kind of do feel like not bad tower moments, right? Like things where you thought, something was going to go one way, but it really goes another. And you're just having to kind of reinvent situations that you get involved with. I'm speaking very generally here because I literally feel this could be every area of your life. Could be in business, could be in work, could be in love, could be whatever it is that you do. And I think this is saying like, if you just work on kind of like saying like, okay, I started this idea for my business, it's not working, and I just make some changes and go a different direction, I clean up the vibe, then things will start going in a good way. So, I think that's what this whole thing is talking about. I do feel this Two of the Sea card is saying you're going to be doing things you've never done before. So, buckle up, right? You have this Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords is like a victory or a big win coming in for you. So I do feel that there could be just a big win coming in for you, plain and simple. I also kind of see this as part of the reinvention. So Ace of Swords can represent cutting one thing out so that you can have something better. It is a card of sacrifice. And I do feel that like if you're releasing anything, and again, this doesn't have to be like, oh, you're breaking up with a person or something like that. That's not what I'm talking about. Like you could just be deciding, I don't have enough time to, do this project over here. I have to focus over here on something else or whatever. It's like, I think that there are going to be moments this summer, and I know this is a mid-monthly reading, but I really feel, and actually this month I will be doing next 6-month readings, right? So we'll be covering the second half of the year. I'll be releasing those readings this month, and we'll see what comes up. But it just seems to me like maybe the second half of this year, through the summer, that you could be deciding, this is a card, let's put it this way. This is a card of laser-like focus. It's not being scattered, right? So I kind of see you being more focused on like bigger victories, bigger wins, things like that. You have the Magician, probably your most important card here, because I think the whole entire thing is talking about reinvention. I always pull the card he's pointed to. We're going to say it's this one right here. And you have this Bobcat Spirit says, life is a mystery. There you go. Sometimes there's just no answers to why things happen. 7 of Pentacles, right? Sometimes there's no reasons for, why things have happened to you or why you have to have certain experiences. And, life is a mystery. So, I kind of see you more, I don't want to say like rolling with the punches, although it's almost like you're just kind of more getting into a go with the flow energy. You have the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands is about moving forward and being confident and being bold and being assertive and really kind of like making things happen. So that's what I feel like you're doing here with the Queen of Wands, is like you're being bold, being assertive, really investing your time, effort, and energy into things that invest their time, effort, and energy into you. I also feel like you're focusing more on, you're in this time, let's put it this way as well, you're in a time where you are learning as you go. Queen of Wands is my card of learning as you go. So don't be afraid to you don't need to know every little detail, 7 of Pentacles, if you're like starting something new, because the whole entire reading is saying that. All you need to know is that you just have to get started. With the Ace of Swords, you have the Justice card. Yeah, this could be positive karma coming in for you going this way. So you could be getting some positive karma, or you could be seeing things. Both of these cards represent balance, so you could be balancing things out in your life, and that would be really good. With the Magician, you have the star. Yes, love it. You are, I feel like you are the star. This is like fame and fortune right here, whenever we have the sun and the star. So it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to become famous, but it's amazing for getting attention, standing out. It's amazing for getting attention from people that are around you. And, if you have a job that involves getting attention, or if it's like more public facing, this is a really good energy for that. With the Queen of Wands, you have the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords like lying, cheating, stealing, but it's coming up in the good stuff. And really, this is a card of tactics. He is stealing those swords from an army in the background there. So instead of going to war, he's making sure that those swords can't be used against him in battle. So it's really a card of doing things. Sometimes I think we think that if we're going to start a project or whatever, that we think that it has to go a certain way. And I feel like the Seven of Swords, Seven of Pentacles is really saying that it would be better for you to find better ways to do things. And that's what I would do here. You have the achievement card. Yeah, well, we talked about this. There's an achievement in your hands, with the world in his hands. So definitely a big achievements coming in for you. Next, you have this eccentricity card. Again, I think this is talking about the flexibility. The being open to innovative new ways of doing things is going to lead to the most success for you for sure. You have this resourcefulness card, Queen of Pentacles. Did you have the Queen of Pentacles, or am I making that up in my head? I'm making that up in my head. But anyway, I would be I think right now it's an amazing time to be resourceful and make sure you're using your resources wisely. You have this detachment card. I do see you detaching, but like in a good way, more of that go with the flow way. You're not so attached, or at least you're trying maybe to not be so attached to outcomes. And I think you're more in this like energy of allowing. So obviously that's going to be good for you. And then finally, we have this excitement card. Yeah, I think I said in one of your last readings that by the time you get to the end of this month, big breath of fresh air. I feel like you're going to be very excited for the future. But, this looks amazing to me here, Taurus. I love it. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your month.